Okay, this is page 196 and 197 in the World Wars, Special Forces. Some operations in their war were simply too dangerous or difficult to expect ordinary soldiers to carry them out. So special groups of highly trained volunteers were used instead. Dropped behind enemy lines by boat, glider, or parachute, these special forces stirred up havoc before vanishing into the night. Formed after Dunkirk, British commando units swiftly became legendary. They were so effective that Hitler ordered any commando captured should be shot rather than held prisoner. Commandos specialized in hit-and-run raids in occupied Europe. One raid in 1942 at Saint-Nazaire in France destroyed a vast dry dock which was being used to repair German battleships. But of 611 commandos and sailors taking part, only 214 returned home. Another raid in 1943 destroyed a German atomic weapons research laboratory in Norway. The SAS, Special Air Service, was formed during the war to assist British forces in North Africa. Its sabotage activities behind enemy lines were so successful that German soldiers were sent to kidnap the SAS leader, Lieutenant Colonel David Stirling. They succeeded. Stirling spent the next 2.5 years in prisoner of war camps. After escaping 4 times, he was sent to the infamous Colditz Castle in Germany. Field Marshal Montgomery described the young Stirling as quite mad, quite mad. However, in war, there is often a place for mad people. Most Special Forces operations rarely lasted more than a day, but some groups were formed to fight long-term campaigns. In Burma, occupying Japanese forces had to contend with 2 distinct guerrilla forces working way behind their front line. The Chindits, named after a mythical Burmese lion, were led by British Major General Ord Wingate. The other unit, known as Merrill's Marauders, was commanded by U.S. Brigadier General Frank D. Merrill. These groups struck at supply columns and bases and seriously undermined the Japanese army in Burma. One of the boldest raids of the war was when German commandos snatched Mussolini from a ski resort in the Italian Abruzzi Mountains where he was being held prisoner. They used gliders to land silently right next to the hotel, bursting in on Mussolini and his captors without having to fire a shot. The ex-dictator was quickly bundled into a small aircraft and flown to Hitler's headquarters. Leading the attack was SS Captain Otto Skorzeny, who was nicknamed Scarface because of a dueling injury. Dueling is like with swords. In October 1944, Hitler feared his ally Hungary was about to surrender to the approaching Soviet army. He ordered Skorzeny and a special unit of SS troops to kidnap the son of the Hungarian leader, Admiral Horthy. Horthy had told his people their country was no longer at war, but his announcement was swiftly contradicted. Perhaps Skorzeny's greatest coup was when he captured, a coup is when you kind of overthrow the current government, was when he used captured U.S. vehicles and uniforms to disguise German troops in the Ardennes in December of 1944. They destroyed supply dumps and ambushed unsuspecting U.S. units, causing widespread panic and confusion. I can't remember if that's Ardennes or Ardennes Mountains. I can't remember how to pronounce that word. So, all right, so that's about the Special Forces, 196 to 197.